Welcome. So today we're going to be talking about the forearm complex to help heal tendonitis, golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, either way. So first off, we're going to start off with our band, and then we want to have the wrist fully flexed back, and we want to extend up to our maximum range of motion. Here, we want to have the bands across our fingers, right above the palm, and then we're going to extend up and let it pull back. We want to pull back with our muscles, not just letting the band do the work. That way the muscles are active the whole time, then pushing through. And we'll do 5 reps here, 10 reps if you get better, depending on your band strength. You want to get good blood flow through there, and you want to keep working on the pullback. After that, we turn it around and put it across the knuckles, flattening out the hand, and extending that up overhead. I'm going to lower down my arm here for a weaker band, and then here, we flex the wrist again, so keeping the fingers straight, to keep that pressure there, allowing that to pull us down further into flexion, and then extending in for 5 reps here. Repeating on both arms. After this, it's nice to do a twisting action, so we can grab our dumbbell, extend it out. Here, if we're sore, but we established already that we're fine here, and then hitting 5 hard rotations to feel the end range of motion on our elbow here. So that's the banded forearm complex. We also have the dumbbell forearm complex. So this one we do with our dumbbell. We can start off 2, 3, 4 pounds, eventually working our way up. Again, we want to do this, it'd be pain-free the next day, so we're going to let that be the judge of how much weight we should do. So we extend the arm out here. We can isolate with the elbow, or we can use the bench for isolation to make it stricter, but we want to have full flexion, straight arm, and then we're going to uncurl the fingers and curl up. 5 reps is the low target, 10 is the high, depending on the weight, what you have accessible to you. You want to uncurl and have a tight curl at the top for maximum range of motion. After your 5, you flip it over. The same idea, except this time hanging it down and curling it up tight and high. Here, we extend out for our rotations, or if we feel strong, grabbing the end of the dumbbell, 10 pounds is a bit of a large handle, and twisting here. So there's our forearm complex with the dumbbell. In lieu of these, doing a nice forearm complex on the ground, we work with long range of motion push-ups. We can either do it in a push-up position or with our knees down. With our knees down, our hands are going to be in front of us a bit. And then we want to get to the maximum range of motion, so we shift our weight forward over those wrists. If we want added pressure, we can bend the elbows. And then coming up, and then pushing up onto the ball of the hand first, and then up onto the fingers, lowering back down, tipping forward. We want to get maximum blood flow through the hand here, through the joints of the fingers. So we want to spend our reps going through each part of the hand. The amount of weight we put on them doesn't matter. We just want to make sure we get to that maximum range of motion. After this, we can flip the wrists over. Here we come on top, and then we push up to the knuckles, and then up to the higher knuckle. Again, the amount of pressure doesn't matter. We can be right here underneath us to make it lighter, but we want to have some straightening of the arms and some pushing into the knuckles as we elevate ourselves up. It doesn't have to be much weight. We use our hips to come up, but we want to get into that maximum range of motion here. Uh, 5 to 10 reps again there. You want to get yourself comfortable with that. It can be a lot of pressure on the wrist at first. You can repeat that forearm complex for 3 rounds, and that is a strong warm-up and rehab for the tendonitis issues. Now for the strength work to stabilize the shoulders, to further our healing here, we're going to work with the deep range of motion push-ups. So the key here again is not the amount of strength we put through, but full motion in the shoulders. So we start off doing these as a full push-up. So So I elevate, I want to curve up into my shoulder blades and then drop down and then drop all the way out of my shoulder blades, holding my weight here and then pushing up all the way out. Five reps here is a lot. We don't need to do more than 5 for any set. And we want to just use a height that's stable, where our chest is almost to the floor. We want to get that maximum hands behind our chest angle going on. After our push-ups, we want to do some full range of motion rowing. So grabbing your dumbbell. And now as we give ourselves space here, we want to allow the shoulder to drop down so we can twist the shoulders. And then we want to pull the dumbbell back past the nipple. And again, we can rotate the shoulders here. We want to get that full activation of the shoulder blade back and down. And we can engage the spine a bit here as we do it, or we can hold the spine tight. But we want to let that full range happen in the shoulder. We don't just want to be here in the weightlifting range. We want to be here. Feel it in the neck, feel everything pulled back. Again, repeat on both sides. We can aim for 10 there as our rep. 5 is fine if you're doing the heavier weight. You can chase those 2 exercises with band pulls. So I like a nice light resistance band where I don't have to struggle to get my reps in and I can just do them freely. How we do them doesn't really matter. We just want to keep the band in front of us for the most part. Elbows can stay bent. We can pull here until we start to get fatigued. Then we can straighten the elbows. We can do a combination. We can change what angle we're pulling from. We just want to keep repping it until we really feel like we can't move our shoulders anymore and they're just completely flooded with blood. And then we put that down and can take a rest. Those 3 exercises together are a really complete way to work the shoulders. If we also want to work in a little bit more shoulder and neck stability, we can do 1 more exercise from the floor or from a bench if we have one. So we want to keep our neck strong here, so we don't want to lie and rest it, but otherwise the arm on the floor doesn't really matter if it's up high or across. We just want to not rest our neck. We want our head strong. And then we're going to go ahead and from a dead stop, lift the weight up and then bring it back. We're going to try and keep our chest from falling completely flat. We want to have the full stretch in the pec here. Mine's pretty open, so I can bring my hand to the floor, but we don't want to fall back. We want to stay up and then elevate over. I'm using my leg as a counterbalance to help me stay centered. Again, we're allowing the shoulder blade to move across the rib cage completely, pulling back all the way and extending all the way here. We want to do 5 reps on each side there. And that makes up our complete rehab program to get those elbows strong, get the shoulders strong, help stabilize the neck, and help balance everything out.